this is Rochelle, the DIY affiliate, and welcome. So I've learned a couple things about Instagram, and I've actually been learning a lot more about phone, which is very helpful as well, since I am going to be using the phone a lot, more so than the laptop, especially when it comes to Instagram. And I am starting to really love Instagram. It is starting to feel really comfortable to me now. Before, I really didn't know what I was doing, and I was just watching tutorial after tutorial, trying to figure out what was I going to do when it came to Instagram. And now I've realized the knowledge that I do have and that I have acquired through other social media sites, like for instance YouTube. In building a YouTube channel, there's a lot that I've learned that I can actually put into my Instagram as well. And that's what I'm doing. I've started a series called Growing Your Business with Positive Energy, and I've found out a lot of information about the Solfeggio Ancient Tones. I understand what they are now, and I understand how they work, and I understand how it can help you in your business. And I didn't know anything about the Solfeggio tones. And yes, it is a little bit hard to say sometimes, but if you think of it phonetically, it's sort of like S-O-L, and then it's F, and then it's E-G-G-I-O, and it comes out as kind of like Solfeggio. And it's actually Italian. But I did find out a lot about it and how helpful it can be in building your business with positive energy. You see, what I learned is in doing tutorials that I did on my YouTube channel, I had to learn everything first. So in learning everything first, I had to, of course, make mistakes. And making mistakes is all part of the process, because you could do everything perfectly, but are you really going to remember it? It is mostly when you make a mistake that you actually do remember your work more, because you remember the mistake you made and you don't want to do that mistake again. So, and as you can tell, this actual signal is not very strong because it keeps cutting out. But now the other thing that I found is that in doing more lives, like especially using your phone, that you could actually do it in the spur of a moment. You could actually think of something that you just want to record at the moment, and you could put it up as kind of like as a live. That's one of the things that I found with getting to know Instagram a little bit better. And also, I was thinking, I was doing the inspirational motivational thought of the day, but the only problem with doing that is that a lot of the inspirational thoughts, quotes, and even some affirmations do have a negative aspect to it sometimes. Like sometimes they talk about the negative and then they talk about the positive. And to me, I don't think that's helpful, because if you only want to think about the positive, you only think about the positive. Because once you start getting into the negative, you're now bringing negative into your positive kind of thoughts and energies, and it's not going to work because you are not sending out a clear signal. I recently have found a video, and it is called The Science of Getting Rich, and I listened to it around 3 times. And that is the reason why when I put it out on YouTube, and I'm actually not sure if I was able to put it out on Instagram or not. I know I did share a little bit of the information, but if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see it on there. It is called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. And listen to it at least 3 times in order to understand and for your brain to be able to create a new pathway of thinking. Because what happens is there is something, and I'm sure you've heard of it, it is called Hebbs' Law. And Hebbs' Law says basically brain cells that fire together wire together. So most of our life we have told ourselves negative things. We don't realize we're doing that, and sometimes we don't catch ourselves doing that, but it does happen, and the subconscious is listening, and it's taking in this information and causing chemical reactions in your body. Now, I'm not going to get into a lot of deep, complicated things, but basically what will happen is these chemical reactions that happen in your body becomes a memory, and each time you reinforce what you're saying, you are creating more and more of this chemical. And pretty soon what happens is your body becomes addicted to this chemical. And whether it's in, I am not a doctor, I am not a psychologist, but what happens is when your body becomes addicted to the chemicals that you're making because of your thoughts, then doesn't it make more sense to be able to give your body the opportunity to make chemicals to positive reinforcement and positive thoughts, positive meditative music, understanding about the Solfeggio Ancient Tones, understanding about what chakra opening is, because it all boils down to energy. Now, like I said, I'm not an expert at this, but I'd like to be able to try a little experiment, okay? Something really funny happened today, and I can't stop thinking about it and smiling because it was just so funny. Now, when is the last time that you actually thought of something that was really, really funny? You know, whether it was about you or somebody you know or an animal or something that you saw that you thought was just so funny, just totally hilarious. And you couldn't help but think about it and smile and think, wow, that was so funny, you know? I mean, and not worry about if people are around and looking at you going, what's wrong with that person? Why is that person laughing or smiling to themselves? I mean, like, it's not like it's a sinister smile or anything. It's just like, you know, you've just given yourself and your body a happy chemical. You have just made a happy chemical for yourself. So your body will then get used to having this chemical, and that is something that will help you to be able to change from one type of chemical to another type of chemical, because what happens is that your mind and your body are not in sync. Your body wants this chemical, but your mind's saying, no, we're not going to give you that chemical anymore, and we're going to maybe create another chemical for you instead. And the body's going to go, wait a minute, no, I don't want that. You got me used to doing one thing this whole time. All these years I've been doing what you asked me to do, and now you're asking me to do something different. So of course there's going to be something going on, negative talk or just things that come up that will remind you about different things that happened and will make you feel the lower emotions. And this is when it comes to your frequencies, and trying not to jump all over the place, but of feeling fear or anxiety, or I don't even want to mention them, because then you will feel this. I only want to talk about the elevated emotions of being grateful, being thankful, finding love, being able to love everyone, and understanding that that does exist. Being able to connect with an animal and not just having your animal there and not being able to emotionally connect with it. These are all different types of elevated emotions that you have, and they will help to be able to create the chemicals for your body to be able to absorb and help you to feel better. So that wasn't actually what I meant to say, but I did end up saying it, and this is live. So basically all I wanted to say was make yourself a laugh video. Either make it on your phone or make it in your mind. I would say put it on your phone and just say what you thought was like really funny, and just watch yourself. Watch yourself, because you'll feel it first in your stomach. And it'll be like, wait a minute, this is so funny. Like, I gotta laugh about this. This is so funny. And you'll find yourself laughing, and you'll be happy, and you won't be thinking about anything. And then keep that for days when you don't feel like getting out of bed. You don't feel like going to work. You don't feel like doing anything. And then watch it and allow your body and your mind to have that happy feeling about being able to laugh. And it is something that's really important. And since I am new to Instagram, please send me a heart or leave me a comment or start to follow me. If you start following me, I will start following you. And we can both work together, and we can build our Instagram channels, our YouTube channels, or any other social platform that we have together. And this is the DIY affiliate saying, have yourself a wonderful day. And click. Okay. Okay, so